Hey guys, let me just check this here. Gonna go live. Check this here. Looks like it's good to go. Let's refresh this. Click on the live. Test volume. It's here. Looks like it's good to go. Let's refresh this. Alright, volume seems good to go. So what I was doing here is last few builds have been taking a really long time. So I want to start getting rid of some of these folders, crushing down stuff that I don't need. So I'm looking at recreating and cleaning up all the files as well. So I wanted to take this file here, and it had like a rust and dust material and wheel material. I want to switch that to a material instance and not an actual full solid material. Let's just see how that okay, so looks good. So I want to make it a material instance instead of using materials. So I was also looking into things like these wheels here, and if I go to this wheel material instance and I open it up, it's pretty much very similar to the wheel material is pretty much similar to this material. So but obviously the difference is the textures that are applied to it. So what I was doing is I want to change all these textures here into parameters, pretty much. And so I was looking into how Megascans does theirs. This is and pretty much using theirs as a base. Because it also has occlusion, roughness, metallic. Might actually just put this in permanent. Occlusion. I'm probably spelling it way wrong. Occlusion. Occlusion. Oh, it is. Yeah, actually spells it right. Yeah, that's what I'm going for here. Rough. The two. I don't know if that's too long of a name. But then see, this is just a texture sample. I would put in here now the that would replace that. The green would replace that, and we're looking for the blue to go and replace that. But now this is a parameter that I can change, and I would need to do that for all of the different things here. So I call it the rust and dust material, and then so you have your regular base, your paint mask, your roughness and occlusion, your normal, and then oh, I can hear myself, sorry guys. Just put myself in silence. And then you'd have your images for what you would want it to look like for your dusty and your rusty. And so what I'll be taking is the rusty and the dusty for the tires, and I could just swap them out. That was what I was in the middle of. Maybe I could just finish this off and then get into what we were doing before. Yeah, that way I could just, like, I hate just leaving things hanging, especially since I only have so much time to work on this stuff, and sometimes I might not be able to get back to it. So let's go back to this, and we'll take normal, and we'll end up probably just calling it actually normal as well. And again, we want to actually use this normal as a default for this guy. It looks like that's just all it goes to is there. Param. So what we will do here is we will duplicate our base texture and change it to rusty texture. We will go to that location in our Content Explorer and then input that in. Now we got our rusty texture. Bring this up, throw this guy in its place. It looks like all he's connected to is here. There we go. And then we'll change this to Rust. If the person has a Rust version of this. Slide it back a bit. And the red is going here. Green is going here. Blue is going here. Now we should be able to, oh, we want to grab this. We want to make sure we're using the right texture for it. we go. Give it the space it's duly earned. And by the way, with all these nodes, this is me trying my best to clean it up. It was a nightmare before. Sometimes it's just hard because there's so many things that need to get in there. So then we'll duplicate this and we'll call it just like the other ones, rust normal. And this one goes right to here. We'll grab this, search it, and it happens to be the exact same normal. Good, good, good. Alright, sure, this is about only 3 off. But somebody might have a slightly different normal for their rust. Say if it has a little bit more engraves in it and more indents and stuff. So saving it like that could be good. What are these? Rust mask and dust mask. Right. So we will do those as well. We'll take this paint mask and we'll duplicate that. And we'll call this rust mask. We'll search for that and we will put that in there. And we will clip that in. And then we will also do the same with our dust mask. And we will get that guy, put him there. Go. Almost done. And then we just need to do these dust texture samples. Base color. And the dust doesn't affect any of the normals, so it goes just on top. We could as well, but we'll worry about that another time. So we'll go to this and we will insert that in here, and we will call this dust. Uh-oh. I'll take the Y out of this actually as well. This hooks up into B there. Woo! Oh, I'm going too far. I'll have a hard time deleting it. We want to slot this right in its place. We should be able to delete that. And we'll switch this to dust again. And we'll go in here, we will search for that, and we will insert that there. And drag this down, put this in its place, maybe get a little bit closer so I can make sure I don't mess this up. And we want to this. Now this doesn't have anything attached to it because it's all gone. And yeah, now we have this, so we could browse to where this is. Right, we go to find it home. We go to our static message. Go to vehicles, cars, our material instances. Open this up here, and now we have all of this as defaults already pre-set up. Right. Now we could duplicate this and call it rust and dust, abandoned car, wheels. F2 because there's a 1 at the end of that. Now we can open up this, and now we could go into 34, close that. We can close that for now. We'll come back to that guy. Our wheels. And rust back. Oh, there we go. So we go and we're going to search for our base in our contact browser. Right there. And we are going to open up our base texture and insert the base there. We are going to, what's the next one? Our dust texture. So we are going to go to our wheels and we're going, oh, is it dust? Yeah, it's actually dust texture, I guess. Alright. So we are going to go to our this here. And we're looking for our dust texture. It's the base dust texture here. So sort of search for that in the browse menu, and then we're going to highlight this and insert that there. Then we want our rust texture next. So we're going to go to our wheels. We're going to go to our rust texture. We're going to search for that in the browse menu. We're going to go here and we are going to insert that rust texture. The next one is dust mask. So let's go back here. Dust mask. We're going to click on this here. We're going to search that in the thing, and we're going to insert our dust mask. Well, I'll just highlight all these here. Boom. We gotta go to our paint mask after that. So our abandoned car wheels. We don't actually have a paint mask. So let's see if we could clear this. And then a rust mask. Should have a rust mask though. Yeah. There we go. Insert the rust mask in there. Then our the regular car roughness and metals. So the regular wheels, clean, roughness and metals. So search for that. And we will insert that in there. Then we want the dust version of that. So clean, rust, dust, right here. Search. And then we want the rust version of that. So we're gonna go here, search, click, and then we got our normals, our rust normals and our regular normals. So let's go here, our clean normal here, we'll search that, and we'll insert that there. And then we got our rust normals. So let's go back here, click on that, search there, and we will insert that there. Base color, we'll go black. Rust and dust is the base. So we'll save that as is. We'll go back to our body here. Now we'll do RD. Abandoned car wheels. Ooh. Looks good to me. And with those done, I can pretty much close this wheels thing here. This is looking pretty nice. I might add different scalers because we might be using it on different items, and the different items might what's it called? Might not fit everything perfectly well. We might need to switch or tilt or change the scaling or the tiling. Tiling is what I mean. The tile it left to right, or make it bigger or smaller. Also scaling as well, kind of. And so the body is done. I took the body off nanite because the nanite was looking kind of odd. So if I enable nanite here and apply changes, I'm pretty close to this vehicle, and look how ugly it looks. Right now it's at 9,000 triangles, 4,000 triangles, you know what I mean? 2,000 triangles, 1,000 triangles, you know what I mean? So, I have LODs on it, so should be good to go. So I can actually take these now. I should be able to delete them. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that uses this. Rusty wheels. And what I could do is I would replace them. So I'd have to delete each one and then replace it with, because I've already took these textures and I put them into static meshes, my vehicles, my cars, my car textures here. And then so now you see I have rusty, I have dusty, and I have clean in my car textures. I noticed there's textures here, but these are like loading screens. These are like curated textures. These are slightly different. Where these just so people could find things easier when they're looking for textures that belong specifically to the static mesh and material instances. See, these are the material instances for the car. I figured that might be the easiest way. Or my textures folder would get like absolutely insane because there's a lot of pictures that you put in your game. because every single one of these have textures, right? And it becomes a little crazy at some point. So we'll look at this with Nanite, and she doesn't look like that bad. We'll take Nanite off and look at her. I don't think it's enough change to warrant the loss of the Nanite proficiency. So we're gonna leave Nanite on there. The master material for the abandoned car. So we're gonna actually do RD car abandoned car material instance. We just want a material instance on this guy. We don't want an actual full out master material. It'll be slightly faster on the system to use material instances instead of master materials on each item. And then so yeah, it's going to use a material instance. And again, the instance is all locked in with certain parameters, and it's from what I'm told, it's a lot faster to use instances. And so what we want to do with the cars, our other door, we know now that the Nanite's good to go, so we just want to change this to RD abandon car instance. Well, another thing we want to do is change this to metal. Same with this one here. We're going to change this to metal. Well, we got a chance and it's already done. So it's physics materials metal. So say if somebody's shot and I have my ballistics working, it's going to give like a little spark. And make like a more metal kind of sound. Or anything that like you're working with, you can work with it better. RD for rust and dust. Abandon car. Material instance. Save. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like that. Am I missing a door? If I go back to my abandoned car meshes. No? Front door. Guess not. Let's see here. My home. Static meshes, vehicle, car, our exhaust pipe. Again, this is just do regular RD abandoned car material instance. Oof. Oh, we're using the wheels here. So RD abandoned car wheels. Make sure this looks okay. No, the wheels don't look good. Let's try the wheels actually. RD abandon wheels. Something went wrong with my material instance. And we will bring up the material instance. We'll bring up my created master materials. So we'll have a bunch of master materials at some point. Rust, Alpha Bravo, Dust, Alpha Bravo, Lerps are the same as here. Just Lerps are the same. For paint mask, we'll do wheels base color. There we go. That's identical. There we go. So I have to have a mask in there. That's fine. I know that for later. And exhaust. We'll do RD abandoned wheels. And that looks the same. Alright. Now we're successfully using material instances for these wheels and exhaust system. This is the fluid lid, the gas lid. So this is the RD abandoned actual car. Yeah, looks good. Again, I don't think nanite's gonna change anything for this guy here. No. So we'll keep nanite on because nanite is better. We want metal for the default. Alright. And we also want to set that for the exhaust system there too. So metal. Fuel lid, exhaust. Now we did do tire. Usually you could do, it's super hard, like if I do metal and it will do ting when you shoot the rubber end, but if I do rubber then it will act like rubber when you shoot the metal side, you know what I mean? Usually sometimes they don't have the material instance where they have a different material for the actual rim. Ooh. Also another thing with the tire. Nanite. Ooh. I might have to, yeah, that didn't look good. Change it to 5. Auto compute 5 and apply. Let's see here. Nanite. Oof. Yeah, you can see like the ridges and those holes in the tire. And now it's kind of smooth. Yeah. So the tire is something we're gonna have to not nanite. But yeah, I won't apply a physics material to the tire just yet. Because again, I'm gonna find a way around so that when you shoot the center, it's gonna make a ting noise. But if you shoot the rubber, it's gonna make the rubber noise. So we want this to be RD abandoned car. We could just check the nanite mode, but I have a feeling that this one won't really change anything yet. That doesn't change anything really, so that's fine. This one here we might do glass because it's a headlight. There we go. Oof. Actually, when you're up close, it's not bad. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, we'll take nanite off. We'll switch this to 5. Apply. Just really rounds it off. Again, we always come back if they improve nanite. They're always improving nanite and stuff like that. So, and this needs to be. Oh, it looks like abandoned car. So RD abandoned. This is this material instance. So it's not the master material anymore. And this will be fabric. I might actually have like leather. I could do leather. Let's see. I do. I have leather specific, so we could do leather. Sure. Change the speed down here. We are going to do RD abandoned car. You're going to check the nanite. No change. So we'll leave nanite on. There's like a little, but it's a steering wheel. This I'm going to do plastic actually. It's kind of like plasticky. And that, we don't need to change that because we're leaving nanite on. So we can save this. The frame of the car, and this is R&D abandoned car wheels. We'll try nanite off. Nanite on. Also know that this is under the car, so people won't really be looking at that this much, and for performance, I think I'm just gonna leave nanite on. I know it's kind of square and not so cylinder, especially like these guys, but it is. That is a pretty big deal. You will kind of see these rims on the outside of the car. And that just makes it octagonal. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go without nanite on this one. I want to auto compute, and I want to have 5 LEDs. So let's see here. It's nice and crisp and close. And then when you get far away, it's going to. I could probably adjust that, like the auto compute is pretty bad on this one. Like it should pretty much already be an LOD4 here, but it's waiting until I get to like this far to LOD4. But right now we'll wait. If I have to start really heavying for performance later, I will definitely look into that. All right. We already did wheel. Yeah, and I set this to metal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, car, static meshes. So, what I'm doing is, I got all these textures saved. I got all these meshes saved. I now got different versions of these master materials kind of saved and changed. And so I can now reuse those master materials for other items. And I just need this blueprint car. So we'll go to our windows here. Finding home. I guess environments. External buildings. Vehicles. The environment. Blueprints. And we will copy the car here. We'll go into this. Finding home. That's going to be using the right one. Just a headlight. Finding home. So we're using the right one. Front door. So we'll call it front door. Finding home. Front door. Finding home. Front door. Excuse me. Rear, finding home, rear, rear left, finding home, rear, seat, finding home, seat, finding home, seat, wheel, finding home, wheel, finding home, wheel, finding home, wheel, finding home, wheel, suspension, finding home, suspensions, steering, finding home, steering, fuel lid, finding home, fuel lid, exhaust, finding home, exhaust, and that's all that. The actual event graph, we keep construction, we can keep a lot of the stuff is using the just numbers and booleans and stuff. and it doesn't have anything tied to a specific kind of thing. I just realized as I was saying that, I think these are specific parameter names. So I might have to, if I go to abandoned cars material, abandoned car material, color, so he just names that color, rust and wear, and dust. So those are the same. I have those. So if I go to my thing, finding home, master materials, mine are also named color, rust and wear, and dust, because it's going to be looking at that exact parameter to edit these functions. So that's fine. Environment. F2. I'll change this to abandoned car. And then, so now what I could do is I could go through everything, so I could start from the actual blueprints themselves, go to abandoned car, hit delete, and it's like, ooh, no, it's in the front end. So I could open up this front end. I'm gonna have to exchange the abandoned car for my new abandoned car. So finding home, environments, vehicles, abandoned car. I really don't know why it's doing that. I already switched the chassis, I swear, to non-nanite. Oh, that's why. It's still using the old body. So you want to use finding home body and compile and save. There we go. See, now you got these cracks, now you don't. But it's actually still pretty efficient. You can see the things going square there. So I just applied nanite to everything, and I figured I would come back later to adjust things as needed. So we're going to take our doors 30, 10, 20, and 10. So nice spaced. 30, 10, 20, 10. Done. we could copy this material, paste. There we go. We're starting to get it similar. 0.5 and 0.2. 0.5 and 0.2. I'd have to look into my rust a little bit because it is not getting as rusty as I would like. Go. How did that happen? So this is the base car. This is the base car. But this should be rusty. And this should be dusty. So that's why the colors weren't changing on the car. And there we go. Now it's starting to look a little bit more similar. So seat fluid and rear wheel. Seat fluid and rear wheel. Actually, I like the way that it looks right now. Linear damping. But yeah. So now I could delete this car. And I could slide this car in there. And this guy is going to look better. Because it's more, because I am more specifically checked out the mesh better. You're not going to see the other side. You're only going to see this side. So you see it from here. It's going to look better, and it's going to be way more performant. So we could save this level now, and this is going to take a bit. And we could now be able to delete that car. We could slowly clean up that folder there. This is just an example of going through that folder, clearing it out. Didn't take that long actually. So we'll go to content now, abandoned car, and we could go. I want to go into here and delete this. It's just a reference memory. It's not being used. Clear that. Then we can also delete this. Materials chance. So we don't want to do materials until we get the meshes deleted. Like I said, this should slowly, once I go through a lot of these and I clear them out, I won't have like a 6-hour build per se. It should be a lot better. Now I'll do materials. Not being used. Just in references. Not being used. Now textures. Textures still might be used because I didn't, but I could just replace them. So abandoned car base color. So I'll do abandoned car base color, and this is in the clean folder. So I'd want to take this one here, abandoned color base color, in the clean folder, and I would want to replace references. And abandoned car normal, you go delete this. Abandoned car normal, and now this is the clean, so we're looking for the clean abandoned car normal, just the same as the abandoned car normal we have. What? Car normal clean just didn't update the picture, I guess. And remember, all of this will happen in real time, so if something weird or wonky happens, it should affect our car. So we'll delete this now, and we'll place. Oh, I got the graphics glitch here. I'm gonna look at you guys. Abandon. No, spelled stuff wrong. Oh, it's so small. Car. And then we're looking for the clean again version. And we'll replace this. And we'll save those. Now I got the graphics glitch, so I think I'm gonna have to close it and reopen it. But I think that's enough as it is 10 o'clock. An example of that. We're gonna dive back into working on the game stuff, I think. So let's close this, get it back opened, so I get that graphics glitch fixed, and we'll dive into the main mode that we were working on before. I think what we said we were going to do, because we just did the crab and the rat, and the rat was acting all wonky, I think. So I'm going to have to kind of build the rat from scratch. And I think I said I wanted to kind of go into the characters. So we can close this for now. So what we wanted to do, we were going to Finding Home, we were going to Levels, and we were going to our Survival Water Break level. Yeah, I still haven't finished the bridge yet. I could probably delete this here, actually. It's probably going to take a while to save. This is a pretty big level. I think what we wanted to do is work on, like, these guys here. NPC Fred is actually a type of NPC Fred. He is a character. So, I think we want to test how Fred is. So let's hit play. Let's see if he does any animations and stuff. Yeah, so I gotta fix the water. I want to change my jump up too. Starting to look pretty good though. So let's go see Fred. He does have some animations. I see. Okay, he has some talking animations. Okay. So, what we want to do is we want to go to we might actually open that second window again. This time Finding Home, Characters. Well, we'll call this one NPCs. Oop. Non-player characters with an S. And so we'll go now on this. Oh, I don't want to dock this. No, I don't want to dock it. I just want to move it. We'll go to easy survival RPG kit. Characters. Undead. No. These are just the meshes, maybe. Blueprints. AI. Test controller's behavior? No. Characters. NPCs. Oh, we have Fred and Greg. There you go. So we want everything that Fred has. So we want to make a child of Fred. We drag that child. We're going to move that child here. We'll call it Character NPC Fred. I'm just going to call it Fred NPC. I might actually do a hyphen for this. NPC. I don't think I need to necessarily say that he's a character. Fred, we know, will be a character because we can see that it's a character. I don't think I need to say that it's a blueprint because everything's a blueprint. Some of that stuff's redundant. And there's not going to be that many Fred NPC things. Like, when you wanna, when I really want to put that blueprint identifier is, like, say, if you have player, and it's like, okay, this is a player blueprint, a player mesh, and then there's a player. So I guess player wouldn't be good. Say pistol. And so you have a pistol blueprint, and then you have a pistol static mesh, and maybe you have a pistol skeletal mesh, and you have a pistol blueprint animation. You have a pistol. And since everything's just called pistol, that's why it's good to have that like suffix or prefix in front of it, so that yeah, that suffix or prefix in front of it. That way you can identify what's what. And it also doesn't error. Alright, so we want Fred, but we don't like him as a skeleton. He's cool, but there's no skeletons for our zombie game. There's zombies, but we don't want to be talking to a zombie. So we're going to make Fred, like I said, a rebel. I believe we have them in already. I hope so. Parkour, we got some zombies. Darn it. We might not have them in. So let's see. There we go. See, these are, we're gonna get these guys in there, I think. I think one of these guys are kind of fine. Get this tin bucket one. We'll add this guy to project. We'll do Finding Home 6. Overwrite. Custom post-apocalyptic characters. Cancel. So, we don't want to overwrite, because it must already here. What would it be named? That RL, city characters, treasures, which that's where I got my gold coins from. Animals, more animals, atmospheric housing, barbershop. We get our studio. Characters. Oh, those are just the actual third-person character. Convenience store, diner, props, downtown, drips and swag. Ball tower, food, fireworks. Some UI elements, hospitals, farm packs. Insane characters? No, this is our zombies. Lots of zombies. KSS software? What is this? Nope, those are just level prototyping. Cool, but we'll destroy those later. So those level prototyping is a perfect example of stuff that came in one of the packs, but clearly we are not using, and it's gonna mega post character thing here. Full skeleton. Here we go. Mega post characters. See, this has a map, a whole map. We'll open this map. We'll save water break. It'll take a sec. We'll just take a look to see what kind of characters we want, and I'll chat for a sec. But yeah, so that's what also taken a long time to compile. It's checking all these maps and stuff like that, and I just gotta get it. Obviously, I'm not using that. We're gonna look at this map here, but I'm probably not gonna use it. Like, there's probably, I could just see it being like a demo map to just show where the characters are and stuff. So, gotta go back and clear some of the stuff out. Each one of those packs probably have some stuff in it, but those are the packs I really wanted to kind of start getting in to get ready for the game. So. So I can also take a drink. But yeah, definitely want to see what's in this map. If this map is not needed, I gotta get rid of this map. It's just, it's because yeah, I think it took like 4 hours for me to compile the game last. Because I want to keep compiling things on this version, so I don't have just an unknown error. No way to figure out what the error is. Because that's what I have with version 5, I think it is, just unknown error. But I was doing so much stuff and not compiling every day, and that was the downfall. Now I know if I change this or change that, what I was doing, and that's the stuff I have to look into. And this also adds to the project size, and my project is actually getting a little ridiculous and out of hand, so being able to remove some of these maps and stuff that I'm not using will go a long way as well to kind of clear up stuff. This will take a little bit longer than I expected. All I did was delete a set of stairs. But this map is pretty big, so there's a lot of stuff into it. But yeah, we're gonna get Greg in there, show you guys how to get Greg in there. That'll be kind of cool. I guess I have to switch out these mice here. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm working on right now, is this pier kind of dock. Get this all cleared up. Start working on the bottles. I think another reason why I kind of wanted to slowly stale off of just working like from the corner where I was working my way out, because the next thing is some items. Like these bottles, these items. The items, I need to start taking screenshots of 3D models that I have that I'll be replacing them with. So like the rum bottles that I'm replacing this with, I need a 2D image that would go into like your inventory slot, so you know what that you have that bottle of rum, or what type of bottle of rum that you have in your inventory. So, and because he has the 2D so if I went and picked up that bottle of rum right now, you would see a 2D picture image in my inventory to show that I have that in my inventory. So I have to create all those pictures, and what I need for that comes actually in the easy survival RPG survival game kit, the old template that I was using. It's just like a thumbnailer, and I do have separate thumbnailers projects that I could use, but I just figured since I'm going to be using some of the easy survival RPG stuff anyway, I might as well just put that in here and use that one, because I know how to use it, and it's pretty good. Oh damn, this is taking longer than I expected. This map must be huge. Yeah, sometimes I might go through this map here and try to do some edits, so maybe it won't take so long to save and stuff. Other maps and stuff, what you do, and especially with the new Unreal Engine 5, what you would do to avoid this kind of long saving on a map, it's what they're trying to really suggest is their new world partition system. Um, that way, you're only actually loading certain little sections of the map at a time, and you could really break down those cells. So maybe like this area here is a one cell, and so everything else is unloaded because you're only working in this section here. And so whatever you're gonna save, because you only have this section loaded, it saves way faster. And everything you're doing is way faster because you're only working with this section here. I'm now loading the map that changed there, um, so that's where they're going. And again, a lot of companies are also switching over because of the big upgrades, like the Witcher guys and people who make so the Witcher series are going to be using the Unreal Engine. The Tomb Raider series, again, all the Gears of War series and stuff. Everybody's using Unreal Engine 5 now, so hoping to see some pretty cool games come out. For me in my game, like I said, what I really wanted was the Forest, but with guns. And the Forest with guns is coming out. See, this is a whole level dedicated to just kind of showing off the different pieces that come with this kit. Full mesh here and stuff. I'm gonna go with this guy so I don't have a dead body on the back of my character. Mega, was it Mega? Mega post character materials. So there's a bunch of different materials too. Yeah. See, this is a waste of a material. You could just have a master material with an instance. For this. Speaking of which, I might actually do a master material like that. But I want to get off of this map because I can't delete this map while I'm in it. Maybe I'll go back to the level that we're working on actually. Water break. Boom. Because it's already preloaded. Nice and quick. Now we'll go to that mega post characters maps. And we're gonna get rid of this map. Now I know what it is. While I still have it fresh in my mind. We're gonna get rid of that. Yep. So we have full skeletons. We wanted to use maybe skeleton 2 here for Fred. He just has a backpack. He looks like a good old camper. He's a good guy here. He's a good guy, Fred. So ADP Undead C. So we're going to go to. So even Fred has a bunch of body parts actually. So maybe we'll close this guy off. And we'll go to skeletal parts here. We got backpacks, we got bodies, we got heads and stuff. right? And at the end of the day, we're going to take, say, a body or a head, and we're going to see the skeleton. Head skeleton? It has its own skeleton? So normally you have all these things, like all these different pairs of pants. And when you click on the skeleton, it actually shares a skeleton. Like you won't get pants skeleton, you'll just get the skeleton for that all of them share. They all share one. So we'll do maybe this guy for now. He has a skeleton right here. If we go to Fred here, his body, boots, pants, head. Does he not even have a body? How does that not work? Why does it say boots? It's clearly not boots. We go to pants here, which are actually more like legs. And we open this up. We go to skeleton. See? His pants are actually Yui skeleton. Right? So what we want to do with this skeleton is we want to browse to this skeleton and we want to insert him here. And for the Shiznix, we're going to open this up. We're going to browse to this skeleton. We're going to input him here. Save, because these are both UE4 characters. We're going to save here. We're going to go to Fred. We're going to take his main body here. And we're going to put in, so we're going to browse this. We're going to ABP undead. So we're going to take his main body and we're going to put that in there. We're just going to put Fred in there. So body, we're going to clear. Hands, we're going to clear. Pants, we're going to clear. Head, we're going to clear. Why does he still have these bodies and heads? What we could do also goes to visibility here. Hands. Head. Pants. Head. Pants, hands, what we'll do in this case, we're gonna add and we're just gonna call it cosmetic. In here, we're gonna go to ABP undead. I think he's a little messed up. I think his proportions are like, I think it like elongated his neck. I think it put his shoulders down a bit. But again, this is just temporary for now. We come in and we're gonna come in and fix a bunch of stuff as time goes by. So we got our NPC Fred. We're gonna go to finding home, our characters, NPCs. We got our Fred here. So there is some changes to Fred. So we will good thing they have different heights. Yeah, I think his toes are a little bit crooked too. To fix that, what I think I'll do is I will delete the compatibility skeletons here. Save. We'll have just that's what he's supposed to look like. What we'll do, take that, and we'll copy, click him again, and we'll get him back into position here. What we'll do for Fred is we'll go to our cosmetic. We'll go to so SK character 2. We will go to that. Or what we'll do is characters, NPCs, Fred. So I think we're just kind of doing the retargets where the characters are. Animation, just child, animals. So species. We'll do animations folder. Animations. Animation blueprint. And this is skeleton 2. SK character skeleton 2-1. Why is it even? So animation blueprint. SK character skeleton 2-1. They'll have 1 at the end. Oh, super annoying. So we have our character here. Target mesh. Then I have to do a whole retarget for that guy. Kind of just like I did for the other ones. So I had to make this here. I had to make this for the undead skeleton. Copy here. Let's go to our SK pants. Our skeleton pants. Let's browse to this here. There we go. You want this SK skeleton undead guy, and we want to insert from here. Let's save. Did it even work? Oh, it's called SK Undead. It does not work. It was looking like it was going to work. Lots of different things here for the skeleton. So, if we go to, let's go to, if we browse this asset, apply him there, and then we browse to this asset, apply him there, we browse to this asset, they're all UE4 assets. Go to skeleton. We add. Maybe we add a couple. Sure. And browse this asset. Woo! And we add it here. And we browse this asset. And we add it here. We save. Now, I have SK Undead. Interesting. So now if I go content, and I go to fighting home, characters, NPCs, I could put on dead here. And then I could duplicate this. I'm just gonna actually call it Fred. So we're gonna open this up. SK character 2. And then so you look, this is proper. At the same time, we go look at undead, and undead is proper. Now, we're gonna do an animation, an IT retargeter, and click undead, and do undead IK retargeter. And we're going to choose our Fred. And save. So it looks pretty damn good. We'll close all these for now, because it's a lot of stuff we have open. We go back to our Fred here, and we do undead retargeter. And we close these guys here. We got these pants going on. Whoa! Fred. So now we got this Fred guy. Okay. Go here. Here. Constraints. There's nothing. Constraints. There's nothing. So you want him to act just like the other Fred. So just want to make sure that these are all like the same. Why do they keep opening this up? Check 0000360. Okay. Check 00. Should physics value? Oh, he's up. Yeah. Check. Yeah, it's check blank check. Check blank check. So this is all good. So we could minimize these guys again. Minimize. Pawn, no character owner stuff. Pawn, no character owner stuff. Flesh. Clothing should be fine. Flesh. Yeah, clothing should be fine. These are the main things here. We're almost getting to rendering visible. Okay. So we got weapon 3. With like so that all looks the same. Customization 3.2. Behavior tree. This is where it's different. BP patrol point 001. Is aggressive? No. Can be scared? Check. Check chase distance. DV Fred, an undead faction. Okay, I think that was the only thing that was really different. We did all that. I think the only thing that was different was that patrol function. So let's get in there, and what we will do is we'll take the Fred that we do not want and we'll move him over here. If you're ever wondering and you're doing something and you see this, that's just like the run your run. If you have, if it's trying to load so many textures as of the background, it'll do this to you. You could increase your texture buffer so that it doesn't like go all bad and untextured, or you can just close and reopen the engine sometimes. Whoa. have that struck. Add control to save. Won't be using that anyway. Oop, there's another problem here. So this is because I just added the SGK Survival RPG. I'm going to have to refix this, and that's what I'll probably do tomorrow night. I just gotta migrate it in better. Easy Survival RPG is still using the legacy ways of using key inputs. It's not using enhanced key inputs, and so Easy Survival RPG is, and I think there was just a conflict with that. So not in the editors. See, this is what Easy Survival uses. But there is a way to switch off of this, because they're not using this going forward. They're using a different way of putting keys in, and so I will have to change my product to update that, my project to update that, because I will be updating my project in the future. And so if I want to be able to continue, but you see, we had ran it before and it was working. Just sometimes things are going crazy. But I think he's going to be working now. Just can't test him. And it's just that we only have 9 minutes left, so I don't want to dive into that per se. I won't be able to fix it right now. Be a lot of things. So I'll show you guys just finishing up this thing here. So this is clean paint mask. We'll delete this. Abandon car. Paint mask. This is clean from finding home. Replace references. Save. Then we do wheels. Base. Car. Kind of expected only to have like one. We see it here. We see the here. We're gonna replace and clean that up. Delete this. We're looking for the normals now. Clean. Car wheels. Normal. Dusty, clean, car wheels normal. Take that. Replace references. And this is car wheels occlusion. There's a bunch. Looks like there's only one that's pink. That's in McLean. So this must be it. Replace. And then we would just delete that. So there's some references that just need to be fixed up. So we're gonna fix up references here. Fail to load assets. Huh. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go levels, front end, and I'm going to have to save this, and this is going to take a bit. And since we're already at 10:55, I think I'm going to call it here, guys. You guys don't need to see this. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to keep updating the project, keep going through. I hope to get things along as fast as possible so I can get a version to you guys out there. Like a lot of people are requesting, so just get something like this with most of the features in it. And yeah, again, the idea is I want to do like the forest but with guns. And I know the forest is coming out with guns, but I want to have like urban environments, different type of environments where the forest, when it comes out, I'm sure it's just like it's gonna be the one island. And I also just want like a game where sometimes you're doing like the Minecrafty thing, but your friends sign online. You have the ability to do other stuff. So I don't know why other games just don't have the simple added modes. So that's what I'm gonna kind of do, and that's the view for the game, and that's the plan. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully. Cheers, and bye for now.